Hello, I am Dr. Mohan Shanai, son of Adyar Gopal Krishna Shanai and Srimati Radha. We went to Rajasthan. Padharo Mare Desh, that is, come to my country, Rajasthan.
It is my privilege to narrate in brief the heroic and patriotic Maharana's history here in this movie. The information I give here is extracted from the Silver Jubilee Souvenir 1989 published by the Maharana Pratap Memorial Committee of Moti Magri Udaipur. In an article, Battle of Haldighati, Fresh Appraisal by Dr. K.S. Gupta, Department of History, Sukhadiya University, Udaipur, the following information is available. After the death of his father, Pratap ascended the throne of Mewar in 1572. He inherited a very precarious throne. There was complete chaos in all spheres, economic, political, social, etc. The capital Chittorgarh was already under Mughal possession. Almost all the fertile tracts and nearly half of Mewar's territory were in their effective occupation. Besides it, most of the prominent states of Rajasthan had already acknowledged the suzerainty of the Mughals, and the independent existence of Mewar had no place in Mughal imperialism. Its independence was rather a challenge to then all-powerful Emperor Akbar. In spite of all this, the new Maharana of Mewar was absolutely clear about his objective. He was determined to defy the efforts to force him into submission and was prepared to make any sacrifice for the sake of liberty of his kingdom. On the other hand, Akbar was eager to force Pratap to accept his submission. He was quite aware that in spite of deteriorated condition of Mewar, it was not easy to wage war with Pratap due to the strength of his position, the extent of his territory, and a large number of his Rajput who would sacrifice life for their honor. So Akbar tried through persuasion to effect a compromise with Pratap. With this object in view, one after another, 4 missions were sent to Pratap. First of all, Jalal Khan was sent but came back with no success. The other 3, namely Man Singh, Bhagwan Das and Todarmal, met the same fate. Maharana knew that no result be forthcoming out of the dialogue, but all the same he could get time for ensuing battle. At the same time, Akbar continued to make efforts to isolate Pratap from his Rajput allies. He had already won Amber, Bikaner, etc. to his side, and then concentrated his efforts to keep Sirohi, Idar, Dungarpur, etc. away from Pratap. Mughal forces were also active against Chandrasen of Marwar. In the month of March 1576, when Akbar was in Ajmer, Man Singh asked Akbar to let him lead an army and subdue Pratap. Akbar agreed. Man Singh attacked Pratap at the Battle of Haldighati. Accounts of Haldighati are many. According to one account, Chetak, the intelligent and obedient horse of Pratap, got seriously wounded. Therefore, Pratap could not fight anymore. His associate Jhala Man Singh asked Pratap to retreat and took the fighting to a location far from where Chetak had fallen. Chetak died soon afterwards, and Pratap also moved away from the field. According to another account, Pratap got injured and fell unconscious. His associate Jhala Man Singh kept on fighting and moved the fighting away from Pratap. Chetak, Pratap's horse, pulled Pratap away from that location and brought him to safety. Later, Pratap regained consciousness. The battle was by then finished and Mughal army had returned to Gogunda and claimed that Pratap is defeated, and they claimed victory over Gogunda. Pratap, however, did not accept defeat. He kept on claiming that he still is the Maharana of Mewar and not a vassal of Mughal throne. After Haldighati, Akbar had taken all the capitals in Mewar and no capital was left for Pratap to occupy. Therefore, after 1587, Akbar gave up the pursuit of Rana Pratap and let him be in Mewar for himself without a capital. Pratap, however, regained many tracts of land around the forts, but not the forts themselves. Pratap attacked all the places where Mughals had occupied and often looted the palaces and made fast retreat to the jungles. He had no one fixed place to live and carry on his administration of Mewar. Everyone accepted him to be their Maharana, but were helpless against the onslaught of the Mughal army and their officials. The common man in Mewar, the Mewar's populace, rallied round their hero, the Rana. They would pay their taxes to the Mughal representative, but morally and sometimes financially support the Rana for his courage of conviction. After Chittorgarh fell into the hands of Mughals, the reigning Maharana Uday Singh of Mewar escaped to Aravalli Hills and kept changing capital from Kumbalgod to Gogunda and then back to Kumbalgod. He chose Moti Magri Hill in the region of what is now known as Udaipur for his new capital, anticipating that sometime in the future Chittor might slip from his hands if and when Mughals attack Mewar. When in 1562 there was matrimonial alliance between Kachwas of Amber Fort and Emperor Akbar, and Raja Bhagwant Das and Kunwar Man Singh appeared in Mughal court, every Rajput king sensed the future events of more aggressive attempts by Akbar to annex territories that were free before. Therefore, Maharana Uday Singh prepared himself in advance the alternative to fighting unto death like his predecessors did. By 1567, when Mughal army came marching on Chittor, Udaipur had already been consecrated as a major residence of Chittor Maharana Uday Singh. When Chittor fell, Uday Singh had his Udaipur to turn to. He spent some time in the hilly area around the town of Girwa up until 1570, and then he proclaimed Udaipur as his capital. The Maharana Uday Singh had 18 Ranis and 24 issues, and Pratap was the eldest son. Pratap was born on 9th May 1540. He was coronated as Rana Pratap in 1572. Rana Pratap chose not to become a vassal of Mughal emperor. This led to many battles and loss of peace and tranquility in Mewar. Akbar issued an oppressive Fatwanama favoring Muslims and demeaning Hindus and other non-Muslims. There was widespread sufferings throughout Mewar because of the jizya tax on the non-Muslims. But the Rana stood firm and continued to defy Akbar. Although Akbar sent armies to Mewar to find and kill Pratap many times after the Haldighati battle, Pratap never again faced the Mughal army in battles but kept himself away from being captured. His Bhil friends and many smaller Rajput princes and Mewar sultans considered him as a patriotic, honest and harmless king and did not help Akbar in his attempts to destroy Pratap. For Akbar, Pratap was inconsequential, but for Pratap, his success in retaining his freedom was everything he lived for and would die for. Maharana Pratap recaptured most of Mewar by 1586.
बोल बोल कई बात छे।
अरे थोड़ी बस ने रोक मारे भी टिकट काट दे।
कोना कोना थारा वास्ते मारे बस में जगह कोना।
अरे बिठा ले मैंने भी।
आजा।
या लागी। बस वाला बाबू
There is a beautiful memorial park here for Bhama Shah. Bhama Shah was associate of Maharana Pratap. Bhama Shah was appointed the Prime Minister by Pratap. He presented a sackful of gold and jewelry to Pratap when Pratap was in a mood to defect to Indus Valley due to the difficulties he faced in Mewar. Pratap was going bankrupt and Bhama Shah came to his rescue in time to lift the mood of Rana Pratap. Maharana Pratap stayed back in Mewar and using the gold and jewelry Bhama Shah gave him, he was able to raise a good army and recover most of the land of Mewar